85% of agents are crowding into the loudest rooms online and still feel invisible. This week, we hand you the empty stage method, a dead simple way to own the one platform 100 million Americans open every day while almost none of your competition shows up. So a year from now, you're the local agent everybody already trusts. Stay tuned. Okay, Tim, 85%.
85% of what, DJ?
So 85% of real estate agents aren't on the single biggest stage in America right now. And more than 100 million people walk past that stage every day.
Wow, 100 million people daily.
Daily. Yeah. So I'm DJ Paris. That's Tim Littleton. Here's the part that's going to bug you. So this room we're talking about, it's packed. It's almost gone. The competition, rather, is almost gone. So the room's packed, but the competition isn't there. Most agents are standing outside the room, telling themselves that room's not for me. But stay right here. We're going to walk you onto that stage and into that room today.
Okay, DJ. So you can't open this up with 100 million people and just keep sipping coffee. So what's the stage?
Okay, the stage is TikTok. And before you immediately go off and go, I don't want to do that, I'm not on TikTok, please stay with us. This is really, really good stuff.
See, the second you said that, I felt half of our audience reach for the scroll button and start going through their phone.
Yeah, I get it. I'm the same way. I do not scroll on TikTok. So I am with you. I totally am with you. I've never scrolled on TikTok, not once in my life. So I am the person I am talking to today. But I do post on TikTok almost every day. So that reflex of going, it's not for me. Again, I get it. This is the whole episode that we're really going through but let me give you the number that ultimately matters. So this is NAR's 2024 technology survey, where they asked agents what platforms they use for their business. TikTok came in at 15%.
15%. So basically nobody.
Yeah, fewer than 2 in 10. Now compare that to Facebook, where 9 in 10 agents are crowded in, all shouting at the same people.
So everyone piled in the same room where it's the hardest to be heard.
And by the way, we are live on TikTok right now, believe it or not. So even though I don't scroll on TikTok, I bet you there are people watching us on TikTok going, duh, I know this. If you're watching this live or replay on any other network, this is why we're talking to you. So yeah, these are, the people that are on Facebook and Instagram, they just piled into the loudest room. So meanwhile, the same survey puts Instagram in the low 60s, LinkedIn under half, YouTube at 25%, TikTok's down at the bottom at 15%. And here's what makes that bottom number really a gift instead of a warning.
Give it to us, DJ.
So this is crazy. I did not know this. More than 100 million Americans open TikTok every day. So that's not a teenager number anymore. That's a national television-sized audience, and it's sitting in your pocket.
But DJ, if I'm being the agent in the comments right now, I'm thinking that's 100 million people watching dance videos, not necessarily looking on TikTok to buy a house.
Yeah, that is an absolutely reasonable thing to think. And hold that thought, because we're going to come back to it. But it's really the most expensive sentence in real estate right now. So we'll explain why.
The most expensive sentence. Okay, DJ.
Yeah. So we're talking about an empty stage in front of a packed room. So it's not a problem. This is the best setup you will ever get. Most agents just can't see it yet.
So why is it empty, DJ? 100 million people and agents refuse to touch it. It seems very strange.
Yeah, there's actually 3 reasons, and you'll recognize all 3 in yourself. First one, we just think it's the wrong crowd. My clients aren't on there. We'll handle that one head on in a few minutes, because the data really tells a different story.
Yeah, and I want to come back to that one because I've said it out loud before.
Oh yeah, me too. Everybody has. Here's the second reason. We think TikTok stuff has to be really polished. Agents picture trending sounds, jump cuts, a whole production, and they decide, I can't do that. That's not for me. So they just decide not to participate.
Right. And perfect becomes the excuse for zero.
Every time. And the third reason, and this is really the main reason, it feels embarrassing to talk to an empty room. I know this because when I started publishing on TikTok, again, I don't scroll on TikTok. I had 0 followers, and I was like, I I mean, it wasn't so much embarrassing if nobody sees it, but if like one person sees it, for some reason that's more embarrassing. So you post, you get a few views, 3 of them are your friends, and then you decide, that's not for me.
Yeah. And then you find out, which, friends of yours are very supportive.
Right. And here's what I want you to do. So don't skip this. So think of one question a client has asked you this week or this month. Now, a real question is now a dumb time to buy? Should I waive inspection? Whatever the question is. So don't type it in. Just hold it in your head.
Okay. I've got mine.
Great. So let's keep it right there. We're going to do something with that question in just a few moments. And we're going to have you do something with that. And it's just going to take a few seconds, actually.
Okay. So the room's empty because it feels weird. It feels like work. And we convinced ourselves nobody good or potential client is going to be watching this.
Right. And every one of those is fixable, these sort of excuses. So the fix, it's really stupidly simple, and it's almost why people don't trust it. So here's the system. So I'm going to call this the empty stage method. It's really 3 moves. Anybody can run it with their phone they're holding right now.
All right. So 3 moves. Lay the first one out for us, DJ.
Okay, move 1. Answer, don't announce. So most agents get on camera and announce themselves. Hi, I'm the local expert. Call me for all your real estate needs. Nobody wants that. Nobody watches that. Literally nobody, right? Instead, you take that question you're holding in your head, the real one a client asked you, and you just answer it out loud to the camera, like the person sitting across the table from you. That is the whole video. One question, one honest answer, 30 seconds.
Yeah. So I'm not making content. I'm answering a client. I just happen to be filming it.
That's exactly it. Yeah, the work's already done. You answer that question 15 times a week on your phone, in conversations or via email or text. So now one of those answers is getting seen by strangers who have the same exact question.
Okay. So what's move number 2, DJ?
So move number 2 is called planting the flag. So this is how you make this stuff local. So you want to make it local by, your town, your streets, your numbers. So here's what a 3-bedroom actually costs in Oak Park this month. Here's the one block in town where prices didn't drop. TikTok hands local content to local people, which is really cool. So when you name the place, the algorithm already knows exactly where to show it.
So what you're saying is the smaller and more specific we go, the better it works. And that kind of feels backwards.
Yeah, it does. It feels backwards, and it's actually the most important thing I'll say today. So you're not trying to go viral in California. You're trying to be the one agent who keeps showing up when somebody in your zip code can't sleep at 2 in the morning.
Oh, yes. And that feels real. And we've all gotten that call.
Yeah, everyone's gotten that call. So now you can be the face they already trust when they make the call. And that brings us to move 3, which is reps over ring lights. So 3 posts a week, shot on your phone, no editing, post before you talk yourself out of it. Done beats perfect every time. And on an empty stage, done beats everybody.
Yeah. And that question I'm holding, when do I actually get to use it?
Yeah, it's almost time. So one more thing, and then I'm going to put you to work on it. So stay with me. So the reason that these 3 moves work, it's not that they're clever. They're not really. It's that they're 85% who of the agents skipped the platform totally and left the door wide open for you. So you're not fighting for attention. You're walking onto a stage almost nobody else will stand on.
Yeah. And while we're talking about this, somebody watching is thinking this, drop it in the comments. What's the one question your clients keep asking you? Put it down right now. That's your first video, and you don't even have to think about it.
Yeah, great idea.
Awesome. So, all right, I held off. but I don't have to say the same thing to half the audience, or excuse me, I don't have to say the same thing half the audience is thinking. I have to believe it myself. My
Mhm.
clients aren't on TikTok. My
Right.
buyers and sellers are grown adults, all with, then they're well off. They're not on here watching kids dance. So why am I performing for an audience that potentially will never even hire me?
Yeah, and that's a very reasonable point, and that's the sentence I'm telling everyone to hold on to. So it's actually wrong, and I can show you why. So that 100 million people a day isn't just high school students. Yeah, TikTok's US monthly audience is somewhere around 136 million people, and the fastest growing slice of it for years has actually been grown adults. So that's the crazy part is adults are actually picking up.
Wow. So the it's all teenagers picture is just outdated?
Yeah, it's a snapshot from 20 minutes. Oh, sorry, from 20 minutes from 2019 that never got updated. But here's the part that closes the case, even if you don't believe a word of that. So open TikTok right now and search your own town plus like your own town's name or your, you know, suburb or neighborhood and type in also real estate. Go ahead, look at the few agents that come up, maybe one, maybe none, but just take a look.
Yeah, there's not going to be too many.
No. And that's your answer. So even if only a sliver of your town is on there, you'll be the only agent talking to them. So a small audience with zero competition beats a huge audience where you're shouting over 9 in 10 agents over on Facebook or Instagram. So today's action step, do that search. Search your town, see the empty stage with your own eyes. Now, by the way, here's what you will find. You'll find a ton of home tour videos. You will see a ton of that because those are really exciting and they're interesting and they're typically well edited, well shot. That's not really what we're talking about today. Yes, you can do those and you should post those there, but that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about grabbing your phone, turning it around, and answering a question for people locally. So that's the thing that you will not find very much of on TikTok. So let's put some real numbers on this. This is why waiting and not being on TikTok costs you. So 3 posts a week is about 150 videos in a year. Now, on a platform where your local competition is basically zero, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and 150 swings of the bat, and almost nobody else is even approaching or stepping up to the plate.
Yeah. And the algorithm rewards the account with history and consistency. So the agent who starts this month owns that local real estate corner about a year from now, right? So the agent who waits is starting from zero and they've got a whole nother year to actually catch up.
Yeah, so it's really not about the one video that flops. It's about being
So I just
consistent.
learned this the other day. So I look at my stats because I post all of my content on all the social networks simultaneously. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, all at the same time. Now, TikTok's the one I know the least about because I've never really been on it. And I looked at my stats this last weekend and I was for the last 7 days, I was down 57% in views from the previous 7 days just on TikTok. And I freaked out. I was like, oh, wow, no, this is bad. I have to adjust my content. Well, I went to AI because I said, do I need to be worried about this? Because I don't really know TikTok. And they said, no, do not worry at all. What TikTok is more of it's always looking for like the next viral thing. And like it just didn't pick up one of your videos. I still got hundreds of views on every single video, but I didn't get like thousands of views. And I thought, well, I'm down 60%. That's a bad trend. It said, no, you cannot look at it that way. You just have to keep posting. By consistently posting, eventually, it's not that your numbers don't go up and down, they do, but I'm still being seen by hundreds of people who are, in this case, my audience is real estate agents, not the public. For the people we're talking to, your audience is going to be, buyers and sellers. Mine are real estate agents. So there's not millions and millions of real estate agents on TikTok. So I'm like, oh, you know what? I am getting hundreds of views and I'm getting more attention there. Even though I'm getting fewer views, I'm getting more attention on TikTok than I am on Instagram and Facebook combined. So it's really crazy. So what you want to do is start posting one question, 30 seconds every, I mean, I would do it every day, honestly, if it was me, but at least do it 3 days a week and then just don't look at the numbers for about a year. Do it
Yeah.
at least 6 months. Just don't worry about the numbers. It's not going to matter because TikTok's going to notice that you're posting every day. So just keep posting, basically.
Yes. And all it is about what? One question,
Yeah.
30 seconds, no editing.
No editing. I mean, I do editing, but and when you look at mine, you'll see. So I'm sort of telling you something that I don't do, but the truth is, I really don't do editing. I pay for a service, and if anybody's interested, the service I use is called Captions.ai. I pay $70 a month. I basically get unlimited editing. They do the editing for me. So if you see my videos on any of the social channels, you'd be like, "Wow, his look like pretty well done." Not really. I just do a walk and talk. I walk down a street. I have my phone in front of me. I do my script and then I throw it over to captions.ai. It makes it look pretty. So but I'm saying you don't even have to do that. You just have to put your phone in front of you. Don't worry about spending money on captions.ai. You can do this for free because at the end of the day, like my videos, I'm trying to attract realtors and realtors really are into aesthetics and stuff. So I have to make mine kind of look cool, but you don't. You just have to make yours super usable. So just like Tim said, no editing, turn your phone around, 30 seconds, question. It's never about any one video. So that's what I'm kind of learning right now. It's about consistency, and it's the year you didn't start. I should have started this 3 years ago, and I didn't. And 100 million people a day, that's the cheapest lead source. It's the cheapest lead source you'll ever touch. And the only thing standing between you and it is being willing to look a little silly for 30 seconds. That's the whole price. Most agents aren't going to pay it. There's your opening. So let's just wrap this up with here it is. I think we've really made this case pretty strongly. It's an empty stage, TikTok. There's a packed room and there's 3 moves. So answer questions, plant your flag, and keep getting your reps in, right? Don't look at the numbers. Don't look at the engagement. Don't look at the comments. By the way, I get like no comments on TikTok, and but I get the most people watching per like compared to my competition. Where if I go on Instagram, there's a million other competitors. Everyone's fighting for that same traffic, and you might get more views, but you actually are less important on Instagram. So again, it's this amazingly cheap lead source. It just doesn't feel like it does on Instagram where you get that instant feedback. You get a lot of likes and comments and stuff. It's not like that on TikTok. People are just scrolling to the next thing, but boy, you could really stand out. So it's the only thing, like I said, it's your opening. The question you've been holding in your head, the question that you answered for a client, here's exactly what you do with it right now before you do anything else. So open up your phone, camera on, vertical, not horizontal. Say your name, say your town, and answer that question in 30 seconds. Don't edit it, post it. By the way, put hashtags in. Now, don't put a lot of hashtags. TikTok doesn't like a lot of hashtags. Put the hashtag of your neighborhood, your city, your suburb, whatever. Put that in there. Put realtor, hashtag realtor, put a couple hashtags, put like a 1-sentence description. It's not like Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn where you have to do these massive descriptions. Just 1 sentence. With TikTok too, you give things, no, you don't get things a title. I apologize. That's on YouTube. So LinkedIn, you don't even have to give it a title. You just give it 1-sentence description, 3 hashtags, post, you're done.
Wow. So that's it. Go film the video and make your TikTok journey make you into the broker that you want to be.
And I'll give you one more quick tip. If you're like, I don't know, I didn't get any questions from clients this week. I'm between, deals. Okay, fine. That's fair. That happens. Okay, well, this is what I would do. Go into Claude, open or ChatGPT or Gemini or wherever, and say, what are the 50 questions people who are thinking about moving to my town ask before they move, right? You'll get 50 questions. There you go. There's 50 videos right there. So it's super easy to get this content. And if you don't know the answers to those 50 questions, you probably should do some research on those. You could also ask AI to answer those questions for you. So you really have no excuse not to do this. Even if you just move to an area and you don't know anything about it, AI knows. So go there. Okay. So 100 million people are in this room. 85% of your competitors are not in the room. They're standing outside the room. They're scrolling. They're just not posting. So quit watching from the wings. We will see you next week, and do this for 6 months. You will be shocked at what happens.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Have a great rest
All
of your
right.
week.
See everyone next week. And if you are a Chicago agent and you are not getting quality content like this from your brokerage, or you're looking for more support or better commissions, or maybe just better coaching and training, reach out to Tim or myself at Kale. We'd be honored to speak to you. In the last 15 years, we've grown from just 2 agents to 800 agents. And we're not saying that to brag, because, we're not, but we're just saying we have cool stuff that people like. So if you're not getting what you need, please reach out. We'd be honored to speak to you and see if we'd be a good fit. All right. We'll see everyone next week. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Tim.